Well, hello, this is Misheard Song Lyrics. I'm Misheard, and we are doing Season 2, Episode 95, Toxic by Britney Spears, our first ever. The misheard song lyric is, "For the taste of your lips, I'm on the rag." And the correct lyrics is, "For the taste of your lips, I'm on a ride." On a ride. That's it. So I decided to do this last minute because I actually ran into one of our misheard song lyric listeners named Running Jesus. And he actually performed at this place that I love to go to called Dante's in Portland, Oregon. And one of my favorite bands there is Karaoke from Hell. They had their opening just this Monday, coming back from being closed for 16 months because of COVID. I mentioned the Karaoke from Hell band way back in episode 24 when I did the Don't Smash Those Books on Me misheard song lyric with Tal on the Police's Don't Stand So Close to Me. And I was there, and all of a sudden I'd seen Running G's. I'm like, wait a minute, he follows me. So I decided to do the Britney Spears Toxic song because he did it, and he actually did it justice. So I wanted to give a shout out to Running Jesus. So for those who don't know what it means by "I'm on the rag," it is slang for a woman having her menstruation, or as we say at my house, Aunt Flo is here. And actually, via the interweb, it says this phrase likely originated during the late 19th century when a woman was menstruating. She was on the rag or riding the rag. Phrases that literally describe the way most women up until then managed their menstruation. So they would use rags before, now we have tampons, we have maxi pads that are so thin they don't even look like maxi pads like what I was used to growing up with big boxes. So hence this misheard song lyric. So let's talk about Toxic, Miss Britney Spears, and everything about it. So, of course, it's a song recorded by American singer Britney Spears for her fourth album called In the Zone back in 2003. And Britney Jean Spears was actually born December 2nd, 1981. And she is, of course, an American singer, songwriter, dancer, and actress. And actually, this December, she will be 40 years old. Wow, time is flying. She has been credited with influencing the revival of teen pop during the late 1990s and early 2000s, for which she is referred to as the Princess of Pop. And she actually, I didn't even realize who she was until 1999 when her song Hit Me Baby One More Time. That's when she exploded, for me at least. And after appearing in stage productions and television series, like in 1993, she joined the all-new Mickey Mouse Club for the last 2 seasons with her future boyfriend and NSYNC member Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, and my favorite, Ryan Gosling. So a very talented bunch. We'll talk more about that in a second. So let's talk about the all-new Mickey Mouse Club. I guess the revival was from 1989 and 1994. And like I said, she was part of it starting in 93 and then the end in 94. Right, but before then, it was just reruns of the original The Mickey Mouse Club, which I grew up with, black and white. And it began airing on the Disney Channel with the channel's 1983 launch that came out right after, I think, MTV. While the show was popular with younger audiences, the Disney Channel executives felt it had become dated over the years, particularly because, like I said, it was in black and white. So they thought, you know what, we need to do a brand new version of the club, one targeted to a more contemporary audience. And all the new club members would wear musketeer varsity jackets instead of iconic the Mickey Mouse ears. And this show was called the All New Mickey Mouse Club, also known as MMC to fans. And this version of the series, of course, had a very famous cast, some who went on to have, big success. So like I mentioned earlier, of course, Ryan Gosling, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake. We also have JC Chasez was part of NSYNC as well. Carrie Russell from Felicity, that TV show with her curly hair. And then a little bit famous, but not as big as the other names I shared, but Dee Dee Magno, future En Vogue member Rona Bennett, Nikki DeLoach, and Chase Hampton. And the first did you know is Nick Carter was actually selected to join the program at the age of 12, but he decided to go into this developing boy band. You might have heard of it, called Backstreet Boys. So he would have been part of that Mickey Mouse Club as well. So Spears signed with Jive Records in 1997 at age 15. Her first two studio albums certified diamond in the US with that Baby One More Time in 1999 and Oops, I Did It Again in 2000. They were big hits and became two of the best-selling albums of all time. I didn't know that. Along with making her the best-selling teenage artist of all time. The former's title track was named the greatest debut album of all time by Rolling Stones in 2020, and the latter held a 15-year record for fastest selling album by a female artist in the US for first week sales of over 1.3 million copies. Whoa. And then Spears adopted a more mature and provocative theme and aesthetics for her next two studio albums, Britney in 2001 and In the Zone 2003, where this misheard song lyric is from, with Toxic, and made her feature film debut in a starring role in Crossroads in 2002. Okay. So she became the executive producer of her fifth studio album called Blackout in 2007, which is often critically referred to as her best work, some say. And then during a series of highly publicized personal struggles, which we all know about, we've seen in the paper and on the news and TMZ and all those shows, promotion of the album was limited, and she was later involuntarily placed in a conservatorship since 2019. Since then, she released a chart-topping album, Circus, in 2008, Femme Fatale in 2011, and then the latter of which became her most successful era of singles in the U.S. charts. She embarked on a 4-year concert residency called Britney Piece of Me at Planet Hollywood's Resort Casino in Las Vegas that helped promote her next two albums called Britney Jean in 2013 and Glory in 2016. She has also scored 6 #1 albums on the Billboard 200. She also has 4 solo #1 singles on the US Billboard Hot 100, Baby One More Time, Womanizer 3, and Hold It Against Me. As featured artists, the S&M remix also topped the Billboard chart. Other singles, Oops, I Did Again, Toxic, and Scream and Shout topped the charts in most countries. With 3 and Back in 2009 and Hold It Against Me in 2011, she became the second artist after Mariah Carey in the Hot 100's history to debut at #1 with 2 or more songs. So just so much. She also won the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award because of her heavily choreographed videography is considered a focal point for her success. Now, coming from the Mickey Mouse Club or the new Mickey Mouse Club, they did a lot of dancing. So she's also a dancer in addition to being a singer. She earned numerous awards and accolades, including a Grammy Award, 15 Guinness World Records, 6 MTV Video Music Awards, 7 Billboard Music Awards, including the Millennial Award, the inaugural Radio Disney Icon Award, and star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And regarded as a pop icon, obviously, Spears has sold over 100 million records worldwide, including over 70 million solely in the US, making her one of the world's best-selling music artists. And by Billboard, she was ranked the 8th biggest artist of the 2000s decade. And in the US, she is the 4th best-selling female album artist of the Nielsen SoundScan era, as well as the best-selling female album artist of the 2000s. The next Did You Know, of course, in 2004, she did what most very famous people do. She launched a perfume brand with Elizabeth Arden, and sales actually exceeded 1.5 billion as of 2012. Forbes has reported Spears as the highest paid female musician of 2002 and 2012. So that's a big leap, 10 years, but she still keeps on. And she's also topped the list of most searched celebrities 7 times in 12 years, a record since the inception of the internet. So, wow. So let's talk about Toxic. Who wrote it? Well, it was written by Kathy Dennis, Henrik John Back, Christian Carlson, and Pontus Winberg from a production team called Bloodshine and Avant, which produced by the latter two. And the big did you know on this was it was actually written for Janet Jackson in mind, but then it was offered to Kylie Minogue for recording it, who turned it down and was eventually recorded by Spears. So I guess that number 3 is also a lucky number for her because she was the 3rd in line to get that. Toxic was recorded at Merlin Studios in Stockholm, Sweden, and Record Plant in Los Angeles. Then it was later mixed by Niklas Flykt at Kabang Studios in Stockholm, which he won the 2004 Grammy for Best Dance Recording. Then in December 2003, it was announced by MTV News that after trying to choose between I Got That Boom Boom and Outrageous to be the second single from In the Zone, Spears had selected Toxic instead, as she described it as, quote unquote, an upbeat song. It's really different, and that's why I like it so much, and smart on her part because it did quite well as well. And then in December of 2003, it was announced by MTV News that after in December 2003, it was announced by MTV News that after trying to choose, so the song is a mixture of a dance pop and techno song with elements of that Bhangra music. And we talked about Bhangra music back when I did the episode regarding Missy Elliott with, I think Get Your Freak On, but we thought it was Get Your Freak On. And it was accompanied by some kind of high-pitched Bollywood strings as well. So a lot of mixture of different cultural influences this. And then, and breathy vocals, which she does. And its lyrics draw an extended metaphor of a lover as a dangerous yet addictive drug. That's why she's toxic. So the music video, have you seen it lately? Yeah, it's very slick. It begins with an opening shot of an airplane flying and preceded by three menacing dark birds, referencing to the works of Hong Kong director John Woo. And you see her as this sexy flight attendant, in the lifting the in-flight intercom as if on a phone call after serving some passengers, and then accidentally spills a drink on one of the laps. And then she starts to, get her hands on this, well, it looks like a middle-aged, overweight, glass bespectacled male passenger to the bathroom, where she seduces him. But then when she peels off his mask, there is a very hunky, attractive man, I guess played by a Matthew Felker. And that's when she steals a black pass from his pocket, and then they kiss. And then it cuts from different scenes, from like a Blade Runner looking futuristic Paris, where she's on the ride of a Ducati 999 with shirtless male model Tyson Beckford. And then she wears a tight black catsuit and red hair, which actually looks really good, inspired by Jennifer Garner's character of Sydney Bristow from that television series way back when called Alias. And then I guess there was a Easter egg there where when she speeds past a woman and the draft from the motorcycle lifts up her skirt, it's a homage to the iconic Marilyn Monroe scene in the 1955 movie The 7-Year Itch, when her white dress goes up when she's over the grate. And the narrative of all this is just different scenes of Spears. She's, in one scene she's all on floors wearing the sheer bodysuit, almost like she's naked, covered in diamonds. And then she's also showing where she's kind of entering in this, like what's called toxic industries, and gains access to a vault where she steals a vial of green poison. I mean, it's ridiculous. And when she leaves, she all of a sudden triggers like a Mission Impossible laser thing. So she's dancing, moving, and then I'm guessing she has a body double, but if she can do a back handspring, hey, go for it, Britney Spears, and where she can get out of that laser trap. And then it then cuts to Spears with her ex-boyfriend, played by Henderson, making out with another woman in the shower. And this is where Spears now is dressed as a black-haired super heroine. She scales a building where her ex-boyfriend is waiting for his lover, who's in the shower. That's when she surprises him, cat-like, jumps on him, kisses him, and pours that poison into his mouth, killing him. And so Spears kisses him again, then flies from the window balcony. She appears back on the plane as a flight attendant winks at the camera. And then, of course, the video closes with the airplane flying off through the clouds with those 5 menacing blackbirds seen in the beginning. And a lot have said that this video is kind of her sent back to when she broke up, or when she and Justin Timberlake broke up. He had done Cry Me a River, that supposedly he was saying in his video that she cheated on him. So it's kind of her, I guess, there you go, clap back. And as of June 2021, the music video of Toxic has over 522 million views on YouTube since its upload back on October 25th, 2009. So just impressive. And I hope that she gets the peace that she deserves. And, and I know she's beloved by many of her fans, and they're a ferocious group of people. And no, it's not about I'm on a rag, but I'm on a ride. So I hope you enjoy it. And, kudos again to one of our listeners and followers, Running Jesus. You rock. And if you have any goodie suggestions, just send them our way in any of our social media sites, or our email at misheardsongs, that's MISSHEARD songs at gmail.com. So keep saying those songs wrong. Bye.